Bob Dylan, Bringing It All Back Home album. Now, this album is about 47 minutes and it has 11 songs. It ranges according to the normal range that I would say an album back then. The songs and the timings that they had. Right now, we all know Bob Dylan. Marty, of course, used to reference Bob Dylan a lot and their impact, well, his impact on the Beatles. We even see that who was a part of this? The traveling will is the traveling what? Wilburys? I think so. Traveling Wilburys. Let me just Google to make sure. Yes, am I right? The traveling Wilburys. That's correct. Now, I think George was a part of this, right? George was a part of this album as well as Bob Dylan, right? So it was kind of very intriguing that how much impact they had on each other back then, right? So I think he's just like another excellent person that I wanted to check out because I really do like the way he does his songwriting. Um, Besides that, when I did my voting to see what songs people would prefer when I gave the list, of course, I've been trying to follow the pattern of we reacted to Nirvana, we reacted to uh uh mm, it's right there and it's not coming. Uh Damn it. Let me just go back here. We reacted to Nirvana. We reacted to the. Come on, I see their picture in my head. Why? Fle- Fleetwood Mac. Yes, we reacted to Nirvana, Fleetwood Mac, because these are all things people wanted. Like there were votes for all three of these, and today's Bob Dylan. So next week, I'm gonna put another list of bands, and then we're gonna choose, and of course based on who shows up we're gonna select the band, and then we're gonna continue reacting until we react to all of these that were selected. I think it's fair that way. I'm trying to run a fair Patreon, and I really do think it's fair that way, so that's why we're reacting to Bob Dylan today. Anyway, let's jump into this Bob Dylan album. Right, so this Bob Dylan album, uh let me see. So this album is called Bringing It All Back Home, released in 1965. 11 songs, 47 minutes, 4 seconds. The first song on the album is called Subterranean Homesick Blues. All right. So I do feel like this is going to be a blues song, and I do feel like he sings a lot of songs that just makes you ponder. Since it's blues, I'm going to be like, oof, gonna be rocking. So let's jump into this reaction.
John is in the basement mixing up the medicine. I'm on the pavement thinking about the government. The man in a trench coat, badge out, laid off, says he's got a bad cough, wants to get it paid off. Look out, kid, it's something you did. God knows when, but you're doing it again. You better duck down the alleyway looking for a new friend. The man in a coonskin cap and a pig pen wants $11 bills. You only got 10. Maggie comes Fleetfoot, face full of black soot, talking at the heat, put plants in the bed, but the phone's tapped anyway. Maggie says the men say they must bust an early man. Orders from the DA, look out kid, don't matter what you did. Walk on your tiptoes, don't tie no bows, better stay away from those that carry around a fire hose. Keep a clean nose, wash your plain clothes, you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows. Oh, get sick, get well, hang around the inkwell, hang bell, hard to tell if anything is gonna sell. Try hard, get bought, get back, ride rail, get jail, jump bail, join the army if you fail. Look out, kid, you're gonna get hit by losers, cheaters, six-time users, hanging around the theaters. Girl by the whirlpools, looking for a new fool, don't follow leaders, or watch your parking meters. short pants romance. Learn to dance, get dressed, get blessed. Try to be success. Please her, please him. Buy gifts, don't steal, don't live. 20 years of schooling and they put you on a day shift. Look out, kid, they keep it all hid. Better jump down a manhole, light yourself a candle. Don't wear sandals and try to avoid the scandals. Don't wanna be a bum, you better chew gum. The pump don't work cause the vandals took the handle.
Okay, that was awesome actually. That was super awesome to listen to. I quite enjoyed it. Quite enjoyed it. When I tell you the lyrics in this had me really smiling because I thought it was just going to be like a nice blues, of course, more on the sadder side, but actually this got me bummed. Like the man said, I'm on the pavement thinking about the government, a man in a trench coat Bash out laid off says he got a bad cough, wants to get it paid off. Like, look out, kid. It's something you did, God knows when, but you're doing it again. You better duck down the alleyway looking for a new friend, a man in a coonskin cap and a pig pen. What? Once $11 bills, you only got 10. Maggie comes fleet-foot, face full of black soot, talking that the heat puts implants in the bed. But the phone stopped anyway. Maggie says the men say no. Like, I don't know. The lyrics got me giggling. Like, This was actually very entertaining to kind of listen to, and the way he sings it, I love the harmonica that we hear as well. That has been like a trait in many of the Bob Dylan songs that I've listened to, and I think that I've reacted to, and you were there, right? Great song, great introduction to this album. Learn to dance, get dressed, get blessed, poverty, success. Like, it's just, this man is just calling words and they make sense. Like, damn, I love when words do that. They connect and they hit hard. Don't wear sandals. Try to avoid the scandals. No. Damn, the only thing different is the C. See? Damn. Okay, let's move on to the next song. I'm kind of freaking out about this one. This one, let me go back to the name. This is Subterranean Homesick Blues. What do you say? My granddad on my mom's side played harmonica. Really? When I was a child, I had a harmonica. I don't know if I played it well. I just played. Right? I just played. Next song, She Belongs to Me.
She's got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back. She's got everything she needs. She's an artist. She don't look back. She can take the dark out of the nighttime and paint the daytime black. You will start out standing, proud to steal her anything she sees. You will start out standing, proud to steal her anything she sees. But you will wind up peeking through her keyhole down upon your knees. She never stumbles, she's got no place to fall. She never stumbles, she's got no place to fall. She's nobody's child, the law can't touch her at all. Wears an Egyptian ring, it sparkles before she speaks. wears an Egyptian ring. It sparkles before she speaks. She's a hypnotist collector. You are a walking antique. Bow down to her on Sunday. Salute her when her birthday comes. Bow down to her on Sunday. Salute her when her birthday comes. For Halloween, buy her a trumpet. And for Christmas, get her a drum.
Nice. That was such a really nice piece to listen to. Basically, he's saying that, hey, anything that this lady sees, you will buy her. Meaning that you kind of worship the feet that she walks on, you know? Worship the feet that she walks on. I hope that makes sense. And it's like this person would do anything for this woman while she just views them as, you know, just another just another person to add to her, or she's a collector, another person to add to her you know, her case of whatever she's collecting. It's an interesting song. I do like the lyrics. She wears an Egyptian ring. The law can't touch her at all. She's nobody's child. She's a wild child. She never stumbles. She got no place to fall. Damn. Who is she? Who is she? She's amazing. She belongs to me. She belongs to me. Interesting song. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Moving on to our next song. Maggie's Farm.
I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. No, I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. Well, I wake up in the morning, hold my hands and pray for rain. I got a head full of ideas that are driving me insane. It's a shame the way she makes me scrub the floor. I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's brother no more. No, I ain't gonna work for Maggie's brother no more. Well, he hands you a nickel, he hands you a dime. He asks you with a grin if you're having a good time. And he finds you every time you slam the door. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's brother no more. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's paw no more. No, I ain't gonna work for Maggie's paw no more. Well, he puts his cigar out in your face just for kicks. His bedroom window, it is made out of bricks. The National Guard stands around his door. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's paw no more. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's ma no more. No, I ain't gonna work for Maggie's ma no more. Well, she talks to all the servants about man and God and law. Everybody says she's the brains behind paw. She's 68, but she says she's 54. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's ma no more. just like I am. But everybody wants you to be just like them. They say sing while you sleep, and I just get bored. I ain't gonna work on Maggie's farm no more.
I just want to say they were wrong for that. Maggie and her entire family was wrong for that. They treated my boy Dylan really badly. Like, come on. Come on. They were slaving him away. The pal was like setting cigar smoke while outing the cigar in his face for fun. Like, who does that? Oh, who does that? The brother was like, hey, I'm handing you a nickel. Clean the floors, clean the everywhere. And then he had a little smirk and he's like, are you having fun? Huh? Are you no, this is terrible. But to me, his songwriting, I've spoken about this a lot, and I've always said that it's like storytelling in a way. Like he is so descriptive. He is so like the entire time he's singing the song, my mind is imagining like what he's saying, what it looks like in my mind. Sometimes I don't even understand certain parts, and I'm just like, wow, you know, like I feel like somebody older would understand this more than me in a sense, like certain words and certain things that I don't really get. But this is such an interesting song. I like that his voice kind of becomes the main identity apart from the harmonica. His voice is the main like instrument in a lot of his songs, which I quite enjoy, right? So this song was another really good one for me. I don't know. Talking about songs more in that country kind of genre, country and blues. It's going to be very interesting how I select my favorites on the album. That's all I'm going to say. All right? I saw you were laughing at a particular part. What made you laugh, Alonzo? I'm curious. I'm curious. What made you laugh? Whoa. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. The National Guard stands around his door. I ain't gonna work for Maggie's pa no more. Hey, why does he have the National Guard standing like, I didn't get this part. That's what I was saying. Maybe like somebody was like, you know, a little bit more back then could probably explain this part to me. And his bedroom window, it is made out of bricks. Like what? Like nobody can see what's going on. It's like what? Like a yeah, I found it funny she was trying to say she's younger even in her 60s. Yeah, come on. We could see it. We could see it, Ma. We could see it. Hey. Okay. All right, let's jump into the next song because I be trying to break down these lyrics. Some of them, I'm not getting anywhere. I need somebody to like break this down for me. Next song on the album, Love Minus Zero.
My love, she speaks like silence, without ideals of violence. She doesn't have to say she's faithful, yet she's true like ice, like fire. People carry roses and make promises by the hours. My love, she laughs like the flowers Valentine's can't buy her. In the dime stores and bus stations, people talk of situations, read books, repeat quotations, draw conclusions on the wall. Some speak of the future. My love, she speaks softly. She knows there's no success like failure, and that failure's no success at all. The cloak and dagger dangles light the candles in ceremonies of the horsemen. Even the pawn must hold a grudge. Statues made of matchsticks crumble into one another. My love winks, she does not bother. She knows too much to argue or to judge. The bridge at midnight trembles. The country doctor rambles. Bankers' nieces seek perfection, expecting all the gifts that wise men bring. The wind howls like a hammer. The night blows rainy. My love, she's like some raven at my window with a broken wing.
All right, so this was another very interesting song that had very lovely lyrics. I love she speaks like silence without ideals or violence. She doesn't have to say she's faithful, yet she's true like ice, like fire, right? People carry roses, make promises by the hours. My love, she laughs like the flowers. Valentines can't buy her. In the dime stores and the bus stations, people talk of situations, read books, repeat quotations, draw conclusions on the wall. Some people of the future, my love, she speaks softly. She knows there's no success like failure, and that failure is no success at all. The cloak and the dagger dangles. Madam, light the candles in ceremonies of the horsemen. Even the pawn must hold a grudge. Damn. Statues made of matchsticks crumble into one another. My love winks. She does not bother. She knows too much to argue or to judge. Okay. I really like these lyrics. I mean, I've been meditating on a few, like for the moments that I have. I've been meditating, especially when he says, she knows there's no success like failure, and that failure is no success at all. It's like the common saying of, if you consider failing something or not winning, or not being the center of attention with something, if you consider that a failure and you don't learn from it, you don't experience the bad times, you don't experience the failures to make you more uh or to make you better. That's the better word to use. To make you better. Like, that is success. To learn from failure is success. The person who always wins, who never experience failures, the one day that they experience something that's so devastating like a failure is the day that they don't even have enough experience to recover from that. So I think that is very interesting, the way that he formulated this lyric here. Knows there's no success like failure, and that failure is no success at all. So it's not like she's accepting that she failed, is that even through her failure it's become experience for her to better herself, right? So I really like the lyrics. I think it's really a continuous thing that people like put into their songs, into their poetry. But for some reason, us as human beings, we are so, I don't know, our minds are so interesting that we don't really take in these awesome uh tales or these lyrics or these poetry. We don't meditate on them, and we don't use them to kind of be better. That's the thing, right? So the lyrics in this entire song was absolutely amazing, but I would need somebody to like give me some more context to the song. Although it's like plain and simple, it's a beautiful love song, but I feel like there's something more. Something happened while he was writing this song. Is this based on experience? Like, things like these, I feel like these people who are Bob Dylan fans will be able to tell me. Like, did he get married that year when he created the album? I feel like Bob Dylan writes based on his experiences. I feel like he is a good storyteller as well. So it could be that he's just very observant, or it could be that he's writing based on his experiences. So there's that. The song was Love Minus Zero. Interesting song. Let's check out the next one. Outlaw Blues.
Ain't it hard to stumble and land in some funny lagoon? Ain't it hard to stumble and land in some muddy lagoon? Especially when it's 9 below 0 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Ain't gonna hang no picture. Ain't gonna hang no picture frame. Ain't gonna hang no picture or hang no picture frame. Well, I might look like a Robert Ford, but I feel just like a Jesse J. And I wish I was on some Australian mountain range. Oh, I wish I was on some Australian mountain range. I got no reason to be there, but I imagine it would be some kind of change. I got my dark sunglasses. I got for good luck my black tooth. I got my dark sunglasses. I'm carrying my good luck, my black tooth. Don't ask me nothing about nothing. I just might tell you the truth. I got a woman in Jackson. Oh, I ain't gonna say her name. I got a woman in Jackson. I ain't gonna say her name. She's a brown skinned woman, but I love her just the same.
All right. That was Outlaw Blues. Something I have a question about, and I hope you have the answer, Alonzo. I really do hope you have the answer to this. What does he mean by I've got for good luck my black tooth? And then he says again, I'm carrying for good luck my black tooth. I don't understand that. Was the black tooth supposed to represent luck back then? What was it? What was going on then? Let me know, because I'm just like, oh, I'm curious. Dylan started out saying, ain't it hard to stumble and land in some funny lagoon? Ain't it hard to stumble and land in some funny lagoon? Especially when it's 9 below 0 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 9 below 0. Oh, okay. Ain't gonna hang no picture, ain't gonna hang no picture frame, ain't gonna hang no picture or hang no picture frame. What's up? Do you got any context for me regarding that black tooth? Nope. Okay, maybe when I post this, somebody will be able to explain the context of this. You see, when you listen to older songs and you're a younger person, it's kind of like, oh, there's some things I don't understand. But I wish somebody would explain it to me because this is so interesting. The way they utilize words, the way they put things together. I'm curious. Somebody tell me more. Jumping on the road again.
Well, I wake up in the morning, there's frogs inside my socks. Your mama, she's hiding inside the icebox. Your daddy walks in wearing a Napoleon Bonaparte mask. And you ask why I don't live here. How do you have to ask? Well, I go to pet your monkey, I get a face full of claws. I ask that who's in the fireplace and you tell me Santa Claus. The milkman comes in, he's wearing a derby hat. And you ask why I don't live here. How come you have to ask me that? Well, I ask for something to eat, I'm hungry as a hog. So I get brown rice, seaweed, and a dirty hot dog. I got a hole where my stomach disappeared. Then you ask why I don't live here. I gotta think you're really weird. Your grandpa's cane, it turns into a sword. Your grandma praised the pictures that I pasted on a board. Everything inside my pockets, your uncle steals. And you ask why I don't live here. I can't believe it, you're for real. Well, there's fist fights in the kitchen, they're enough to make me cry. The mailman comes in, even he's gotta take a side. Even the butler, he's got something to prove. When you ask why I don't live here, honey, how come you don't move?
Alright, this might be damn. I'm seeing this on a higher list of songs. Okay. I am seeing this very high. This is very high. On the road again. I mean, like, based on what I'm hearing, I would be like, honey, why don't you move? I would be that way as well. Like, why aren't you moving from this place? Huh? It is not helping you. Why are you here? Why? This place is just confusion. Surely I wouldn't want to live there. Your grandma prays to pictures that I've pasted on a board. Everything inside my pocket your uncle steals. Then you ask why I don't live here. How could I live here, Samantha? I got a hole where my stomach... You know the funniest part to me is when he says, well, I asked for something to eat. I'm hungry as a hog, so I get brown rice, seaweed, and a dirty hot dog. Like, dude, how do you do that? Right? The song is incredible. I love the songwriting. I love his voice. And I love that the harmonica is still so consistently a part of this. How many songs? 5 songs so far? Your mama, she's hiding inside the icebox. Her daddy walks in wearing it. Listen, let's move on to the next song because I can't. Next song is Bob Dylan's 115 Tree.
I was riding on the Mayflower when I thought I spied some land.
Start again. Wait a minute now. Okay, take 2.
I was riding on the Mayflower and I thought I spotted some land. I I yelled for Captain Arab, I have you understand, who came running to the deck, said, boys, forget the whale, we're going over yonder, cut the engines, change the sails. Haul on the bow line, we sang that melody like all tough sailors do when they're far away at sea. I think I'll call it America, I said as we hit land. I took a deep breath, I fell down, I could not stand. Captain Arab, he started writing up some deeds. He said, let's set up a fort and start buying a place with beads. Just then this cop comes down the street, crazy as a loon. He throws us all in jail for carrying harpoons. Ah, me, I busted out, don't even ask me how. I went to get some help, I walked by Guernsey Cow, who directed me down to the Bowery slums, where people carried signs around saying ban the bums. I jumped right into line saying I hope that I'm not late, when I realized I hadn't eaten for 5 days straight. I went into a restaurant looking for the cook. I told him I was the editor of a famous etiquette book. The waitress, he was handsome, he wore a powder blue cape. I ordered some Suzette, I said, could you please make that crepe? Just then the whole kitchen exploded from boiling fat. Food was flying everywhere, I left without my hat. Now, I didn't mean to be nosy, but I went into a bank to get some bail for Arab and all the boys back in the tank. They asked me for some collateral and I pulled down my pants. They threw me in the alley when up comes this girl from France who invited me to her house. I went, but she had a friend who knocked me out and robbed my boots, and I was on the street again. Well, I arrived upon a house with the U.S. flag upon display. I said, could you help me out? I got some friends down the way. The man says, get out of here, I'll tear you limb from limb. I said, you know they refused Jesus too. He said, you're not him. Get out of here before I break your bones, I ain't your pop. I decided to have him arrested and I went looking for a cop. I ran right outside, I hopped inside a cab. I went out the other door, this Englishman said fab, as he saw me leap a hot dog stand in a chariot that stood parked across from a building advertising brotherhood. I ran right through the front door like a hobo sailor does, but it was just a funeral parlor and a man asked me who I was. I repeated that my friends were all in jail with a sigh. He gave me his card, he said call me if they die. I shook his hand and said goodbye, ran out to the street when a bowling ball came down the road and knocked me off my feet. A payphone was ringing, it just about blew my mind. When I picked it up and said hello, this foot came through the line. Well, by this time I was fed up at trying to make a stab at bringing back any help for my friends and Captain Arab. I decided to flip a coin like either heads or tails, but let me know if I should go back to ship or back to jail. So I hocked my sailor suit and I got a coin to flip. It came up tails, it rhymed with sail, so I made it back to the ship. Well, I got back and took the parking ticket off the mast. I was ripping it to shreds when this Coast Guard boat went past. They asked me my name, and Captain Kidd. They believed me, but they wanted to know what exactly that I did. I said, for the Pope of Erook, I was employed. They let me go right away. They were very paranoid. Well, the last I heard of Arab, he was stuck on a whale that was married to the deputy sheriff of the jail. But the funniest thing was when I was leaving the bay, I saw 3 ships sailing, they were all heading my way. I asked the captain what his name was and how come he didn't drive a truck. He said his name was Columbus. I just said good luck.
Listen, at this point, I don't know which one is the funniest one. I don't know which one is the funniest one. And this is Bob Dylan's 115 Dream, right? At this point, I don't know which one is the funniest one. But for 6 minutes and 31 seconds, I was very entertained. And I was following along greatly on this adventure that we were having. No. I was so flabbergasted with certain parts of the song, but it was like so hilarious, you know? So I don't know. Oh, this is going to be a very hard pick. Also, my favorite instrumental so far, definitely this one, because I'll be hearing this. I don't know if it's a banjo or whatever is going on in the background. Dun, 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 dun. No, I don't know. I don't think I'm getting that strumming pattern right. I think it was like dun 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 dun. No. Forget it. Very good song, very enjoyable piece. Let's go on to Mr. Tambourine Man.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. Though I know that evening's empire has returned into sand, vanished from my hand, left me blindly here to stand, but still not sleeping. My weariness amazes me, I am branded on my feet. I have no one to meet, and the ancient empty streets too dead for dreaming. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. Take me on a trip upon your magic swirling ship. My senses have been stripped, my hands can't feel to grip, my toes too numb to step. Wait only for my boot heels to be wandering. I'm ready to go anywhere, I'm ready for to fade into my own parade. Cast your dance and spill my way, I promise to go under it. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy, and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In a jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. Though you might hear laughing, spinning, swinging madly across the sun, it's not aimed at anyone, it's just escaping on the run. And but for the sky, there are no fences facing. And if you hear vague traces of skipping reels of rhyme to your tambourine in time. It's just a ragged clown behind. I wouldn't pay it any mind. It's just a shadow you're seeing that he's chasing. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I come following you. And take me disappearing through the smoke rings of my mind, down the foggy ruins of time, far past the frozen leaves, the haunted, frightened trees, out to the windy beach, far from the twisted reach of crazy sorrow. Yes, to dance beneath the diamond sky with one hand waving free, silhouetted by the sea, circled by the circus sands, with all memory and fate driven deep beneath the waves. Let me forget about today until tomorrow. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I come following you.
So I feel like this is the type of song you play when you're having a really bad day. I feel like this song, to me, it's so soothing, right? This is kind of what I expected the entire album to feel like, you know? And I think having Mr. Tambourine Man here is just like, this is just really nice, you know, really nice mellow track. And I love the lyrics. Is like every song on this album have some fascinating lyrics that I'm really, really appreciating of Bob Dylan, you know, to just see his lyrical genius play out in front of me. I appreciate it a lot. I just love some of the lyrics that his compositions. Yeah, his compositions, right? Um, he says, "It's just a shadow you're seeing that he's chasing. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me." Now, I feel like this song kind of is like that for me, whereby listening to it kind of just wipes away a little bit of the dark. You know, I'm not sleepy and there's no place I'm going to. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come follow you. Then take me disappearing through the smoke rings of my mind. Oh, down the foggy ruins of time, far past the frozen leaves, the haunted, frightening trees, out of the windy beach, far from the twisted reach of crazy sorrow. Damn. I just got goosebumps. I just got goosebumps. Yes, to dance beneath the diamond sky with one hand waving free, silhouetted by the sea, circled by the circus sands. Oh, with all memory and fate, driven deep beneath the waves. Let me forget about today until tomorrow. Let me forget about all the things that keep on dragging me down, Mr. Tambourine Man. Play your sound. Take me away from the brittle parts of my mind that takes me drags me around. I need to forget about it just for today because I need to live for tomorrow. Beautiful. Oh, this is a beautiful. I love the lyrics for this song. I'm a highly rate this album. Let's just jump into the next one, which is Gates of Eden. Okay.
Of war and peace, the truth just twists its curfew gull, it glides upon four-legged forest clouds. The cowboy angel rides with his candle lit into the sun, though its glow is waxed in black. All except when 'neath the trees of Eden the lamppost stands with folded arms, its iron claws attached to curbs 'neath holes where babies wail, though its shadow's metal badge. All in all can only fall with a crashing but meaningless blow. No sound ever comes from the gates of Eden. The savage soldier sticks his head in sand and then complains unto the shoeless hunter who's gone deaf but still remains upon the beach where hound dogs bay at ships with tattooed sails, heading for the gates of Eden. With a time-rusted compass blade, Aladdin and his lamp, sits with utopian hermit monks, side saddle on the golden calf, and on their promises of paradise you will not hear a laugh. All except inside the gates of Eden. Relationships of ownership, they whisper in the wings to those condemned to act accordingly and wait for succeeding kings. And I try to harmonize with songs the lonesome sparrow sings. There are no kings inside the gates of Eden. The motorcycle black Madonna, two-wheel gypsy queen, and her silver-studded phantom caused the gray flannel dwarf to scream as he weeps to wicked birds of prey who pick up on his breadcrumb sins. And there are no sins inside the gates of Eden. The kingdoms of experience and the precious winds they rot, while paupers change possessions, each one wishing for what the other has got. And the princess and the prince discuss what's real and what is not. It doesn't matter inside the gates of Eden. The foreign sun, it squints upon a bed that is never mine, as friends and other strangers from their fates try to resign, leaving men wholly, totally free to do anything they wish to do but die. And there are no trials inside the gates of Eden. At dawn, my lover comes to me and tells me of her dreams, with no attempts to shovel a glimpse into the ditch of what each one means. At times I think there are no words but these to tell what's true, and there are no truths outside the gates of Eden.
All right, so I must admit this song is the most complex and complicated song that I've heard on this album. I don't think that I could rate this song, mostly because I don't understand some of the things that he talks about in the song. First of all, there's a lot of things that are made mention about, probably things that have happened during that time, right? Things that I kind of don't know. Like he talks about Madonna. Was Madonna popping when he was an artist? Because I know he came out in the 60s, and this album I think is either in 65, right? Madonna, when did she come out? I know Madonna didn't come out like in the 60s. So what Madonna? What does Madonna have to do with this? So it's kind of like, damn, there's so many things. He talks about Aladdin and his lamp, right? I know Aladdin has been a story that's been out very long. Sits with utopian hermit monks side saddle on the golden calf. Now I've heard the golden calf kind of is from the Bible, the golden calf, I think, right? So a lot of the very interesting, I guess I would call like the contrast and the simile and all these different things are things that I need time to kind of process and kind of understand, right? So this song is a definite a masterpiece, as in wow, but it's like I don't really understand. Madonna is a name for Mary, the mother of Jesus? Really? I never knew that. I always thought it was Mary. Wow. So you see, this is where I'm at when it comes to like the unraveling certain lyrics. If you didn't really tell me that, I wouldn't know, right? So it kind of puts more context on what he's talking about with the lyrics, but still, there's a lot of things that I kind of just, I don't understand, right? But I do think these are lyrics worthy of a sit down and a real thought, like to go into them. Awesome, awesome song. Going into It's Alright Ma, I'm Only Bleeding, Bob Dylan.
Darkness at the break of noon, shadows, even the silver spoon, the handmade blade, the child's balloon, eclipses both the sun and moon. To understand, you know too soon, there's no sense in trying. Pointed threats they bluff with scorn. Suicide remarks are torn from the fool's gold mouthpiece. The hollow horn plays wasted words, proves to warn that he not busy being born is busy dying. Temptation's page flies out the door. You follow, find yourself at war. Watch waterfalls of pity roar. You feel the moan, but unlike before, you discover that you just be one more person crying. So don't fear if you hear a foreign sound to your ear. It's alright, Ma, I'm only sighing. As some worn victory, some downfall, private reasons, great or small, can be seen in the eyes of those that call to make all that should be killed to crawl, while others say don't hate nothing at all except hatred. Disillusion words like bullets bark as human gods aim for their mark, make everything from toy guns that spark to flesh-colored Christs that glow in the dark. It's easy to see without looking too far that not much is really sacred. While preachers preach of evil fates, teachers teach that knowledge waits, can lead to $100 plates. Goodness hides behind its gates, but even the President of the United States sometimes must have to stand naked. And though the rules of the road have been lodged, it's only people's games you got to dodge. And it's alright, Ma, I can make it. Advertising signs, they con you into thinking you're the one that can do what's never been done, that can win what's never been won. Meantime, life outside goes on all around you. You lose yourself, you reappear. You suddenly find you got nothing to fear. Alone you stand with nobody near, when a trembling distant voice unclear startles your sleeping ears to hear that somebody thinks they really found you. A question in your nerves is lit, yet you know there is no answer fit to satisfy. Ensure you not to quit, to keep it in your mind and not forget that it is not he or she or them or it that you belong to. But though the masters make the rules for the wise men and the fools, I got nothing, Ma, to live up to. For them that must obey authority that they do not respect in any degree, who despise their jobs, their destiny, speak jealously of them that are free, do what they do just to be nothing more than something they invest in. While some on principles baptized to strict party platform ties, social clubs in drag disguise, outsiders they can freely criticize, tell nothing except who to idolize and say God bless him. While one who sings with his tongue on fire gargles in the rat race choir, bent out of shape from society's pliers, cares not to come up any higher, but rather get you down in the hole that he's in. But I mean no harm, nor put fault on anyone that lives in a vault. But it's alright, Ma, if I can't please him. Old lady judges watch people in pairs, limited in sex they dare to push fake morals, insult and stare, while money doesn't talk, it swears. Obscenity, who really cares? Propaganda, all is phony. While them that defend what they cannot see with a killer's pride, security, it blows their minds most bitterly. For them that think death's honesty won't fall upon them naturally, life sometimes must get lonely. My eyes collide head on with stuffed graveyards, false goals. I scuff at pettiness which plays so rough. Walk upside down inside handcuffs, kick my legs to crash it off. Say, okay, I've had enough. What else can you show me? And if my thought dreams could be seen, they'd probably put my head in a guillotine. But it's alright, Ma. It's life and life only.
Okay, I listened to that song and I felt like I wrote down my wrong for it just by the first couple minutes. I'm like, okay, this is definitely this place. And then I listened to it more and I was like, okay, I need to switch. So that's why you saw me smiling and kind of scribbling on my paper, my book. Yeah, I think Bob Dylan is the artist I needed to listen to today. Number one for you, Alonzo. Damn, the song is great. The song is great. Oh, you saw when I started this stream off with a rant about people and morals and values on this internet platform. If Bob Dylan had social media, like if he had the internet back then, I assure you he would be speaking about the same damn things. I wish he could write a song about this plague that is currently happening right now with the internet and social media. It's terrible. But the song is absolutely fantastic. I am still hesitant. Like this song is like a different mood me. Then there's really funny songs on the album, and then I just don't know if I prefer the funnier ones as number one or the more serious ones as number one. The fact that this album kind of gives me all of these content between funny and comical and serious and even political in a sense. It's just great to kind of listen to, right? You know, this man, I kind of said it, I feel like he was just like very much poetic and a lot of the times social commentary, a lot of things he's talking about that happens in society. And I think that is one of the reasons why I appreciate this album so much and just him as an artist, because I agree. I listen and I agree, and I for sure think he's a great songwriter. All right, moving on to It's All Over Now, Baby Blue. All right, this is the last song on the album. Let's see.
You must leave now, take what you need, you think will last. But whatever you wish to keep, you better grab it fast. He understands you're orphan with his gun, crying like a fire in the sun. Look out, the saints are coming through, and it's all over now, baby blue. The highway is for gamblers, better use your sense. Take what you have gathered from coincidence. The empty-handed painter from your streets is drawing crazy patterns on your sheets. The sky too is folding under it's all over now, baby blue. All your seasick sailors, they're all rowing home. Your empty-handed army is all going home. Your lover who just walked out the door has taken all his blankets from the floor. The carpet too is moving under you, and it's all over now, baby blue. Leave your stepping stones behind, there's something that calls for you. Forget the dead you've left, they will not follow you. The vagabond who's rapping at your door is standing in the clothes that you once wore. Strike another match, go start anew, and it's all over now, baby blue.
All right. Very, very nice song. It's all over, baby blue. Another song with a lot of impactful lyrics, basically. What do you do at the end of the road, right? You must leave now, take what you need, you think will last, but whatever you wish to keep, you better grab it fast. Damn. Over yonder stands your orphan with his gun, crying like a fire in the sun. Look out, the saints are coming through, and it's all over now, baby blue. The highway's for gamblers, better use your sense. Take what you have gathered from coincidence. The empty-handed painter from your street is drawing crazy patterns on your sheet. The sky too is folding under you, and it's all over now, baby blue. Man, some really good lyrics. Very, very good lyrics. Oh, this album was such a treat. Such a treat. It made me really just think, you know? I think this is the perfect album for this Sunday. Perfect album for this Sunday. I quite enjoyed it. Um, wow, we're at the part where we list our top five. Ding ding. I must start like having a drum roll every time we go into our top five. So you know the drill, Alonzo. You know the drill. All right, so I'm gonna say my top five right now because I feel like I got it figured out, and it was hard. Okay, it was difficult. I keep like going forward and backward with one specific song, and then I was like, fine, and then a few other songs. I'm like, should I? Should I not? All right. So number five for me, is Subterranean Homesick Blues. I'm gonna give that number five because I feel like that song was just a really great introduction into this album. Changed my whole opinion of what this album was going to be, or what this album was only going to be. So that was great. That was great. That refreshed me a lot. My number two song. Okay, hold on. No, why did I go to number two? No, my number fourth song. Damn, I'll be jumping the gun. All right, so my number fourth song is, this was a hard pick for me, but I'm going to be okay with it here because, yeah, I'm just gonna go. It's all right, Ma. It's all right, Ma. I'm only bleeding, and I only put it in number four because I'm just gonna put the more comedic songs on the album ahead, not because they're better, but because they were just really funny, and I feel like I could listen to them in any like state of mind. Meanwhile, it's all right, Ma. I don't think if I'm like in this like energetic mood, I would be able to listen to it. So that's the only reason why it's gonna go fourth place for me. All right. So far it's Subterranean, Homesick Blues. It's all right, Ma. Number three is Mr. Tambourine Man because I really do register with this sound and the song itself. I really do appreciate the thought that went into Mr. Tambourine Man. I felt like Mr. Tambourine Man was just this thing. It doesn't have to be an actual man playing a tambourine, but it was this thing that would get you out of a bad place. Whatever that is, it will get you out of that place, and you trust and you believe it. Something that every time you're down and you're out, you do this thing, and it helps you, right? So I'm gonna give it to Mr. Tambourine Man for my number third spot. For my number second spot, would definitely go to Outlaw Blues because it was hilarious just to listen to. I just love the concept of the storytelling and everything that happened with the song. I thought that was just very, 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 very fun to listen to. And I will give my number one spot to Bob Dylan's 115th Dream because that song was really epic. Although I wanted to put Outlaw Blues first, I feel like this song convinced me that it should be ahead, right? It was longer, it was more detailed, it was really funny, and it just made fun of things that are serious, but I still feel like it was targeted it in a serious way. So that would be my top five, which I really do love on the album. Moving on to Alonzo. Alonso's top five. He goes to It's Alright Ma, I'm Only Bleeding. So I was almost 100% sure that that song was going to be your top one because I know It's All Over Now, Baby Blue is a give or take for you. I thought. Subterranean Homesick Blues. Yes, Mr. Tambourine Man. Love the Birds cover of it. Okay. Outlaw Blues and Maggie's Farm. I knew. Damn, Maggie's Farm was a good one. That. Oh, damn. Maggie's Farm was a good one. Damn. Someone's got to take an L. Someone's got to take an L. All right. Very good album. Enjoyed it. Totally enjoyed this Bob Dylan bringing it all back home. Very nice album. 100% positive reviews. I score all songs a solid 9.5 to 10. So yeah, there was a wonderful album to listen to. All right, so this is the end of this reaction. I hope everybody enjoyed it.